Hi guys, this is Alex from Mason Lifestyle. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. It's been quite the week for world events, and throw into that, you're seeing all these images on TV. Plus, I also had all the kids starting school this week, different days, different schools. So I'm kind of going different directions, try to figure it all out. Since my husband used to help me with this, now that's not the case. He's off of work. So he is just kind of like, you are on your own. So it's been a little kind of like a crazy week, but I wanted to make sure that we did this video of my summer makes. I usually kind of put this off, guys. I hate getting my picture taken. My daughter has been wonderful helping me out, but she has the attention of a puppy that just got out of the litter and is looking for squirrels. So I can get one or two pictures of myself that she takes, and that's it. So I'm gonna try to do the best. So I don't know if you guys have heard of classic core patterns. They have this pattern called the Pietra Pants, and I actually made a pair. It is a great pair of pants if you're starting out. They're really easy to fit. My pants are right here, and I wish I could have a picture for you, but there'll be tons of pictures of my tops and me in those pants. But totally love those classic core Pietra pants. If you've never made them, I strongly suggest you should. They have a pair of shorts, and they also have something with like a wider leg. Also, that's a little bit more tapered, but it's more of kind of like a capri length, which of course you can always lengthen that or whatnot. So that is my classic core pants. Mine are made out of linen, and I have worn them so much that I think at this point they're probably gonna walk away at the end of the summer, because they have been through the ringer so many times. I wear them 2-3 times a week. If we go for a walk, which we do every day as a family, I wear those pants. They're super comfortable because they have an elasticated back. The front of the pants it's really high, which is awesome. And then the back has an elasticated back. So if you eat a little bit more at the buffet that weekend, then it's not too bad, right? You went to the picnic, you ate a little bit too much. So they expand with you, as I would like to say. So totally love those pants. And I also made the Simplicity 8393, and I'm going to put a picture up right here. So this pattern is actually out of print, but I will say, if you have a chance to get this pattern, I strongly suggest you do. You can get it off Amazon or perhaps Etsy. I think I got it off of Etsy out of someone, and it is a great pattern. It's a lot of fun. I made mine out of a lyocell, kind of like a tinsel fabric from Joann's. So it's really lightweight. You can dress it up with a really nice pair of slacks, or you can dress it down with a pair of shorts like I did, or you can make it in like a satin. I know that Mimi G and Erica Bunker posted pictures of this pattern on their Instagram, and that's what I totally gravitated towards it, and that's why I bought it. I love it. I'm probably gonna make it again. Probably not now for the summer, because as you know, last week when I told you all my makes, I have quite a bit on QE that I have to get done, but perhaps another nice pattern for you for the summer to consider. So another pattern that I made is the Butterick 6677, and this is it's a long dress. It can be a long dress. In my case, I made the shorter version, and it's sleeveless, and it also has flounce on the sides. I'm gonna put a picture up right now. Really cute dress, great for summer if you want to just wear something a little bit nicer, but that's not too dressed up. I love the picture on the pattern that has the lady with the print It is an awesome pattern. I loved it. I wore it everywhere. I mean, I didn't go to a whole lot of places this summer because, of course, we're into this pandemic thing. But where I did wear it, I looked really cute. So, another pattern that I made is, all right, so I'm going to tell you about this. So, a couple of months ago, I saw a picture that Erica Bunker put on Instagram, and she had this fabric from some fabric store that she was promoting, and I think she still does. They have some nice things. I'm just not crazy about all of it, or at least what I see online is not something that jumps out at me, but this fabric, I love this fabric. I mean, it's blue, it's got graphics, it's got different colors. I loved it. It's a neoprene, so it kind of stretches. So of course, me not knowing what I was gonna make with it, I went ahead and bought 4 yards of this stuff. And when I get the fabric, this stuff is 60 inches wide, which, I mean, you don't see that anymore. Do you? Like, you see like 56, you see 57 inches wide, but you don't see 60. So this stuff was 60 inches wide. And let me tell you, I made a couple of things with this stuff. So first up, I grabbed the bottom of Simplicity 9261, and then because the top is a little bit just kind of low for me, I didn't like a whole lot of the top with kind of like these wind bands at the sides, and it's just the top was not calling out to me. But I love the skirt portion of this dress from BBG, and then I hacked it together with the top of 8058. And I know I've done a sew along for this pattern, but this is the mashup of that dress. So it's kind of like a fun dress. Again, I can wear this around my house. It's a neoprene, it's jersey, it's super comfortable, looks really cute. And then I said, okay, well, I still have about 3 yards to go, because again, it's 60 inches, so you can just fold the selvage and you can just keep going. So I went ahead and made myself and I got some notes here because it's quite a bit today. I made myself a swimsuit, and that's B4526. I'm not modeling the swimsuit for you today. Sorry, I do not have the beach body, as you guys know. I'm on my way there, but not this summer around. But I made this swimsuit with B4526. And if you have this pattern, it's awesome, but I will tell you, throw away the instructions because they are kind of like a little bit more work than it should be. There is actually a sew along for this pattern on YouTube by some gentleman, and I'm going to try to see if I can find it and link it on my website so you guys can see it if you are thinking of swimsuits for next year. This pattern is actually pretty nice and fairly easy to make, but I will say if I make it again, I will have to put some sort of underwire support for some sort of bra support, and then also I raise the hip openings because they were just a little too low. So I just wanted a little bit more leg action there. So I did that, and then I also made myself a skirt. So that is, let me tell you. So that is M7386. And yeah, I also made myself a skirt with that same fabric. And then I still had 1 more yard to go within all the scraps. I still had 1 more yard to go. So I made myself Simplicity S9273, which is that shirt pattern that I talked to you guys about. So I can actually wear this with the skirt. I can wear this with the Pietra Pants. So again, it's just kind of like a bunch of pieces that I was able to make out of 4 yards of fabric. So don't think that sometimes if you get 3 or 4 yards, you can make a multitude of things out of perhaps if you buy fabric. So that's kind of like my little tidbit there for today. And then I'm gonna keep going. I also made the by hand London Anna dress, and I'm gonna put a picture up. So I made this dress. It's an indie pattern. I also spent some quality time at Minerva's website, and this print just really caught my eye. I loved it. It's beautiful. And I also, the new look patterns that just came out, they have something pretty similar, but my only issue with the new look patterns is that it is not very size inclusive. And you guys can see I'm not a small girl. I'm not huge, but I'm not a small girl either. So I need some of those 20, 22 sizes that come in sewing patterns. And the new look patterns don't have it. And I really wanted to make a dress with this style. So that By Hand London company, it's an indie pattern. And again, I'll link this on my site. They had this style. I tried the pattern. It's a nice pattern, but I gotta tell you, I am big for pro patterns. I just think there is so much more to them. And if you really want to learn how to sew, sometimes I think this is the way to go, because these patterns really take you through the steps. Don't get me wrong, some of them are not perfect, but you know, sometimes you do need that stay stitching when you're doing a V-neck dress. And you know, if the neckline stretches and stuff like that, you eventually learn that you need that, or that you need understitching, right? And we talked about these stitches a couple of weeks ago. You do need some of that stuff. And I think some of these indie patterns, sometimes they forget, or perhaps they think, okay, well, my target market is, they pretty much know about sewing and they should be able to know this on their own. Sometimes you just gotta have to spell that stuff out. So it's a great pattern, but right, I don't know if I would buy a ton of stuff from them. Again, my dress turned out cute. I love it. I love the print, but again, pattern, I'm still on the fence about that. But I made it in, I believe, on a viscose rayon. It's a really nice lightweight fabric for the summer. So just another fun one. What else did I made? I also made M7974, and I'm gonna put a picture up. So I found this fabric in Joann's. It's like a chambray. Again, it's very lightweight. And I don't know if you guys have made this pattern. It's actually a really nice, flattering pattern to a lot of people. Sometimes you just have to raise the neckline because it could get a little low. And hey, if you have the assets to fill all of that goodness in front, or if you want to be a little bit more modest and you just have to raise the neckline, again, it's a great pattern. It's got a really fun bodice that you don't even need to add on a skirt. You can do a peplum. It's got different sleeves. It's really fun pattern. It takes a little longer to make, and I would definitely say it is for an intermediate sewer. So if you're thinking of doing it, perhaps test out some other things and then go back to this pattern. And then I also made S8925. It's on this fun print from Joann's. I actually think it's a great pattern. You get 4 patterns in one, and it's right there. So I made it in this print. I just, again, remember guys, I love the color blue, and I think you guys are seeing kind of like a little bit of how much I sew with the color blue. And even on the things that we do throughout when we do sew-alongs, I do a lot of things with blue. I try to do things with other colors, kind of like the mustards, but I do love the color blue. I also made Butterick 6662. I made it in blue, and I also made it in a light pink. And I think I may actually hack this pattern and make it into a dress. I have some fabric for it. It's striped. It's got a bunch of colors. So I have to kind of really mock it up and see if it's going to look well in this fabric, because it's very colorful. So I just have to make sure that there's just not so much going on that it's don't want to look like a clown car walking down the street, because it's very colorful print. But definitely love this pattern. I also made pattern Simplicity S8912. It is a pattern that I did, and I'm going to put a picture up. I actually made this pattern. Remember that I talked last week about my orange dress and that I was testing out a bunch of patterns. So this is kind of like a pattern that I tested out. The fabric is fairly lightweight, so it's actually really good for the pool. If you are going into the pool or you're coming out of the pool and you want to wear some sort of like a nicer cover up, this is it, at least in this fabric. I don't know if the fabric is still available. It's in Joann's, but you know, obviously summer is almost over, so I don't know if that's something you want to get. Either way, I will put a link below. And then I also made the Adrian Blouse from Friday Pattern Company in this fabric that I have on. It is actually a really cute pattern. It's right there. It's really fitted in the bodice, and then it has these balloon sleeves. I made it about a month ago, and I've worn it quite a bit. And I think I have a picture of it on the website. I printed out the PDF pattern. It was about 13 pages, which is not a killer, but I think that's kind of like my limit of the cutting and gluing, and it wasn't too bad. But definitely one cute pattern to have. It's been around for a long time, but I've never made it because it was not in my size. And the only size that they had it was online. So I had to download it because I really wanted to make it. So I did. And I highly recommend it. And then, let's see, what else did I made? So I also tested some patterns for Jennifer Lauren Handmade. I also tested the Esme top and then the Ferris jumpsuits. I don't take pictures of patterns that I tested. She did not want it. She wanted pictures, but I sent her my pictures, right? And there were some things that she still need to fix, but I made those. And then my jumpsuit, I think she released it this week. I have not made my other, my actual jumpsuit. This pattern actually had a couple of things that she had to update, and she did, and she sent it out to us. So I have to get it printed because it's a couple of pages. And as I told you guys, I'm not a lover of PDF patterns, the cutting and the gluing. I just think sometimes that I just kind of put in my time already in kindergarten doing all that cutting and gluing, and I don't want to do it anymore, especially if it's a couple of pages and I know that one I will have to get it digitally printed. And then, of course, the dress I am wearing, this is M7967, and I'm going to put a picture here. And I joke with my husband that it looks like the pajamas. It looks like pajamas, but it's actually a really comfortable dress. It's got gathering on the side, or actually not on the side, on the front by the bust area. And I actually changed the sleeves because I think the sleeves on the pattern have like these gathers. Guys, I don't need more gathers, especially on my shoulders. I need less gathers. So I changed the sleeves for what, M8058, I believe. I used the sleeves and it worked out well. So that is my summer makes. I also made some summer makes, some sew alongs for somebody else, but eventually I will tell you guys for who and where you can find those. I do not own that content. I don't even own the pictures, so I can't even show you those. Eventually I will tell you they are patterns that are a little bit more involved and take a little bit more time. So once that happens, once they release that, I will let you guys know. But as always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and we will see you next week. I'm thinking that we're going to do a sew along, but I need to figure out what are we going to do, because we haven't done a sew along in almost a month. And I definitely love putting those out there. So we will see you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye.